Hello, welcome to Spirit Cocktails. I'm your host, Pierre. Today we're making the World of Warcraft Lords of War, Part 3, the Durotan cocktail. Now, this one's going to be a little bit different because it's going to be a bit of a cold aspect to it because you're using the Creme De Menthe, but it's also using lucid absinthe. And if you ever tried it, if you like absinthe, or if you're curious about absinthe, it's a very good introductory absinthe to try. It has a nice sweet flavor. It's a really good cocktail, but it has pretty much all the aspects you will get with absinthe right in there. But it's decent. It's not as potent as some of the other ones out there. And also, this includes gin, which the reason I'm using gin in this cocktail is because nobility. Because if you watch a video below, you know this is a very noble race. But we're using something I got from Red House Gin. It's their particular gin. It's actually, I never tried this before. I'm very curious. Actually, you know what? Let's try it. See how it tastes. This is the first time trying it. They sent it to me. I have been very curious ever since I got it. This is the first time ever opening it. Try it a little bit, see how it tastes there. Actually really good. It doesn't have a real strong citrus burn, or a really strong burn to it, but it has a lot of citrus flavors. You can tell in there. It has a good juniper flavor to it. Not as strong, but this is actually definitely, if you can get a hold of it, try this. You will love it. They also make an aged gin. An aged gin is something I'm looking to do a review on soon. It's their Imperial gin. It's a really good gin to try. They gave me a full $7.50 for my birthday, so it's definitely something worth trying out. And you will see the reviews sometime soon, shortly after this month. But if you can, try that. It's really good. You like gin, you'll love this. Now back to the cocktail. The whole concept with how this cocktail is designed, because this is a Durotan cocktail. You watch the video, which I have linked below. It takes place in a very cold, harsh environment. So it's like there's snow everywhere. They had the white wolves that always were there with them. So you get the cold aspect from the Creme De Menthe. But also, you want to get that nice white color, but you want to use a cream because the cream is not going to blend very good with everything. That's another good thing about the lucid absinthe, is if you take this, you can luce it, do it that way, it'll work just fine. Or you could take it, put it in a mixer, well, just a mixing glass with some ice, stir around, and as you stir it, you'll notice it turns a nice milky white color. So you'll get that snow white color, you get the cold flavor and the cold feeling from the Creme De Menthe. You get that nice bite, flavor-wise, of the gin, and a little bit of sweetness in the end, because that's going to be your final layering agent with some citrus from your Sprite. But this is actually a really good cocktail. I'll show you exactly how this is made. First thing you want to do is add some ice to your glass. Let's add something to that too. Then you want to take, initially, your first ounce of your absinthe. What you want to do is, in a sense, luce that before you add the other ingredients. Now you can luce it the actual way, as I said. Take some ice cold water. If you have a luching set, it'd be so much better. Just slowly drip the water in there until you finally get that full luce. Or add it in a glass with some ice and just stir it. But keeping an eye on it as you're stirring it, because you'll see cold water, well, the cold ice, and the water that's mixing in there as you're stirring, it slowly turns it from a slight green color to a nice milky white color. You can see it's changing right now. Give it a couple more stirs. There you go. You want from a clear liquid to a nice milky white color without having to use a cream. So there you got the aspect. Now you want to do is take that, and since it's already your loose color, you want to add your other two alcohol ingredients. Add ½ ounce of both gin, or Creme De Menthe, and your gin. Creme De Menthe also is pretty sweet, so it's definitely going to give that sweet factor. It's basically, it's a schnapps. In all aspects, it's a schnapps. You can use peppermint schnapps to get the same effect, like Decapers or whatever, but this does just good. Creme De Menthe. So a half ounce of your gin. Then all you want to do is stir it up a little bit more. Just help blend those other flavors in there. You don't want to do as much as the stir you did before because you're not trying to make it milky white. You're just trying to blend the flavors. Next thing you want to do, take that, strain that into your glass. Top that with your Sprite, lemon lime soda, whatever you have on hand. Then you want to add Grenadine, just a splash. The whole concept of the Grenadine, if you watch the video, he's trying to protect his mother at all costs. And they had, I forget the exact name they call those demons, those creatures, whatever. They basically attack them, and he gets to have what's called Bloodlust, and he just kills anything that moves, including his faithful companion, which I forgot his name too, but you can see it below, you'll find out exactly. But that particular character, he killed it, and within his anguish, he chose to forever walk the earth wearing his skin in honor of his old friend. This character is a very noble character. Once you play the game, you'll see he's not so much a warlord, but he's a very noble. He's kind of like on the terms of like Thrall. Yeah, it's a horde. A horde is about conquest and the battle because they love the battle. But they also have the noble ones. The Hellscreams are very bloodthirsty. They just want conquest. They don't really care about nobility. But Thrall and Durotan, you'll see, are very noble orcs, and it's definitely something that has an ability. So use a gin. So let's try this out and see how it tastes. Sweet. That's one thing I definitely can say about the Lucid Absinthe. This is very, very sweet, but it has a pretty strong fennel licorice flavor to it, but it's not like overpowering. It has a bit of a numbing sensation. If you sit there and you drink absinthe, you notice that over time you get that numb feeling on your tongue. That's natural. That's not something to be concerned about. That's one of the aspects of the chemical released by the wormwood that does kind of numb the senses a little bit. It just makes it more of a different coating, a different feeling over your palate. But it's a very good flavor. It blends really well with the citrus and the mint and the gin. It just balances itself all together. That's one of the good things about mixing compared to shaking. Shaking, you kind of just blend it a little too much. But if you mix it with just ice and a spoon, you help keep a lot of them flavors intact. So you definitely could taste the mint. You could taste the strong juniper flavor from the gin. And you could definitely, no matter what you put this in the nose, you'll taste the absinthe. But it's a very good cocktail. It's definitely something worth checking out. If you like absinthe, you'll love this cocktail. At its core, this is an absinthe cocktail, but it keeps true to Durotan because it has a nice, cold, harsh environment he lives in. It has the Stormfang, that's the character's name, which I forgot earlier. It has the blood shed from his faithful companion Stormfang, and then nobility of the gin. So it's a very good cocktail. It stays true to the character. It's definitely something I suggest you try out. If you're not real big on licorice flavor, just the fact you say, hey, I'm having absinthe, try it out. It's good. You'll love it. And I have a lot more cocktails coming after this for the World of Warcraft series. This is the third one in the series. I got 2 more for the Lords of War. It's definitely something to look forward to. I mean, I love making these cocktails. I can't wait until the 13th to play the game. Well, 14th rather, because it comes out this Friday. But I hope you enjoy this cocktail. Definitely let me know if you try it out. Let me know what you think. But always drink responsibly, and be sure to like us on Facebook.com/SteerCocktails. Subscribe to our channel. But definitely stay tuned.